Joining us now on This Is the Day is Nick Vicinanzo, who is one of the co-hosts of Catholic Central. Fun videos, as we've seen, entertain, educate, inspire audience to explore the Catholic faith more. Thank you so much for being with us, Nick.
How did he do, Nick? How did he do?
What's that?
How did he do pronouncing your last name?
You know, he's pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. That's a tough one. I mean, I'm not doing anyone any favors having this last name here. It's tough to make friends, you know?
Well, thank you. Before we get into talking about the Catholic Central videos, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're originally from, and your background.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in Concord, New Hampshire boy, born and raised. My dad's worked in Boston for, as long as I've been alive. And so he's originally from New York, but my parents moved up to New England. Raised there, I have a real affinity for it, and I lived there until college. So it's my first home, it's my first love. But recently moved to Los Angeles just under 2 years ago, and really loving this part of my life, you know?
I have to tell you, Nick, I was laughing all throughout the promo beforehand because I love Catholic Central. I just think the production values are so good. You guys are great. It's funny. What are you trying to accomplish with these videos? And also, what do you feel sets Catholic Central apart from traditional catechesis videos?
Oh my gosh, I think it's very simple. So we are entertaining and educational. And educational in a way that really brings people in. The feedback that we get from the young people as well as the teachers, the educators who use our material is nothing but positive. Nothing but positive. I mean, anyone who was raised Catholic, went through a boring CCD class at some point, or went to a boring Catholic school, or has some story about that. And we really need to work to make the faith accessible to young people. And so when they see videos like this that are 6, 7, maybe 10 minutes long at most, it's engaging, it's short, it's fun, it gives them a positive view of Catholicism, and it actually informs them. We're endorsed by both the Diocese of Los Angeles and the Diocese of New York, and so you can trust our material, trust that it's in line with the faith, that it's doctrine, you know, that it's kosher, if you will. And I think that we're really making an impact with young people.
Talk about, we saw some of these great videos beforehand, as we were saying, and some of the animation, some of the things that you guys are doing. What's it like putting them all together?
Yeah, so we've got some fantastic editors. They do all the animation, they do all everything that goes into post-production. They're fantastic, and they really work with us and our personalities. We also have the sketches either before, during, or at the end of a segment, and that's the most fun. That's the most fun when we get to do a bit of acting, a little bit of comedy improv here and there. And the feedback is good, so we're just going to keep doing it, you know?
How did you get involved, Nick? Did you have to audition? Did they find you? How did that happen?
Yeah, I sure did. So I submitted just like any other actor would, submitted for through an Actors Access audition, open casting call. I saw that it was a specifically Catholic role, and so I was like, oh boy, that's an easy fit for me. And it was a pretty rigorous audition process. We went through, I believe, three virtual auditions, and then a final audition live in person where we had to read and do chemistry with, I think I did chemistry reads with 6 other women. And so it was pretty rigorous, but it was a lot of fun, ton of fun. So they took it very seriously and really, really took the extra steps to find the right hosts.
Well, we've talked about they're great for kids, young people as well, and we love watching them as well. But is there a particular audience that you guys are looking for, or just a general audience of Catholic or people that are interested in faith?
I mean, I think everyone can get something from it. Like you said, I mean, y'all are not necessarily the demographic that we're going after right away.
Wow!
My hands are up. But yeah, typically it's we're going for middle school to high school, because that's when we find that folks, young people start to think for themselves. They start to question whether or not the faith is for them, or if it's something they really want to commit their lives to. And if we can impact them in any way and help them stay close to Christ, close to his mission, I mean, that's our goal. And so it's really that age range is what we're going for there, trying to inform those young folks.
And so how is it really important then that you do have humor in there and it's just so enjoyable to watch? You're not preaching at people, but yet they're learning.
Yeah, making it funny, making it enjoyable, making it positive is critical. It's critical because otherwise they'll turn it off. They just won't watch. And we got to keep folks engaged. That's the first thing. You can't get your message out if no one is tuning in.
Yeah. Do you guys have what's the process of coming up with some of these ideas that you do, and maybe some of the themes that you're trying to get for each in particular episode?
Yeah. So we got a great team of writers, and they alternate working on episodes, or sometimes they work jointly. And so they'll put together the main script, and then we kind of go off script a little bit now and then. Once we actually get into studio or go through a table read beforehand, we find like where our personalities can come into it, and we kind of make that last bit of magic happen. But the process it's very intuitive. It's intuitive between myself, my co-host Gabby, our showrunner Susie, and a number of our other teammates. And it's really something that we're improv actors, and so we find it on the fly, and then we're like, okay, that works, let's keep that, or no, let's do it with that. But we got to try stuff. You got to get in the studio and just try stuff, you know.
Well, now when I watch it, Nick, I'm going to say I spoke to Nick, so I really do love it. I'm not just saying that because you're on the show. I would have said it just because you're on the show, but I really mean it. Where can people learn more about Catholic Central and watch the videos?
Absolutely. Go right to YouTube under Catholic Central and subscribe. You'll never miss a video. Hit that bell notification. I mean, we've got some more subscribers coming in every day, and we got a fairly large base, mostly educators who then share with their kids, share with their teens or middle schoolers. But YouTube is the place to go.
And Nick, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks,
and
Nick.
Allowing us to show these on Catholic TV, because it brightens my day for sure, and so many of our viewers.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Nick.
Have a great day.